as entrepreneurs and as founders, at times you're just, focused towards revenue. And yes, that's extremely important. Looking at your GA is very important. But at the end of the day, your back end operations is equally important, according to me. A, it's equally important for your company. B, it's most important for your customer experience. It doesn't matter if you've got 10 lakhs of sale, but if your customer, you've not been able to fulfill that 10 lakhs and you made that customer experience terrible, according to me, you wasted that money to even acquire that customer. So I think over the last 4 years of that, we've been in D2C, of course, the ecosystem has developed significantly. When we started out, I don't think there were so many enablers or tools to help us. So these are a few that I've kind of picked that I think will help all of you. ShipRocket, ShipLite, ShipDelight. These three are aggregators. What does that mean? They have one common platform with multiple different courier partners. It's one place that you can kind of tap into to leverage multiple courier partners. They do have good rates as well, purely because they give the courier partner volume. So in return, they also get better rates. This helps you not work with multiple different players, but have one single pot of control for your cash collection, your order dispatch, all of that. You can, of course, customize and curate it to make sure that, if you know that delivery does best in the north and e-com does best in the east, and e-cart does best in the south, for example, you can kind of configure all of that as well. Then you have Unicommerce and Easy Ecom. This is basically a tool that just helps you with order management and order processing. So if you have your own website in multiple marketplaces like Nykaa, Myntra, Amazon, Flipkart, it helps you one place to process all your orders. In terms of your last mile, you then also do have e-com delivery, e-cart, Amazon shipping. Amazon itself has realized that, we've killed logistics. We know exactly how to offer the best logistics. Why not actually offer this to D2C brands as well? I don't know if it's open for all now. I assume so because it was a pilot phase last year, about a year ago. So I feel now it's probably open for more people. You then have ShipRocket, WareIQ, delivery as well, plus Emizas of the world, warehouse as well, where they actually offer you warehousing services. So when you grow with scale, especially, you don't want to necessarily, dispatch all your orders from one location because it takes more time to reach the consumers and consumers are becoming more impatient. So that's when you also move to multiple warehouse to reduce the SLA or the TAT for it to reach your customer. If, say, for example, you decide that you want to go through delivery, e-cart, e-com, Amazon shipping on your own, ClickPost is one place that helps you centralize all of this. So it becomes your tool that it can centralize all this for you. And again, you can put rules and regulations in place that saying, I don't want 100% of my share to go here. I want to limit the amount of load share that each courier partner takes, or whatever other logics you want to put in place. GoQuick ThirdWatch, this actually helps you filter orders that come to your website. What I mean by that is, like, a Policy Bazaar will give you a credit score, right? It'll give you a credit rating. Similarly, GoQuick and ThirdWatch help give the e-commerce consumers a credit score. ThirdWatch has been bought over by Razorpay, and it's a good tool for sure. GoQuick is a newer player, but it's more customized. What they tell you is, if you've got 100 customers, looking at various factors such as their past history, maybe their address detail, the way they've inputted their address, all of these factors, they will tell you if this customer is a genuine customer or not. If they flag to you this is a genuine customer and you dispatch the order and an RTO comes, the freight and return charge, they will underwrite, meaning they will pay you back for that. That's how much they believe in their tool. You then have SuperLemon, which is for Shopify, right? So this helps a lot with COD confirmations through WhatsApp. It also helps you with abandoned carts through WhatsApp. And if you have a large regional presence in remote parts of India, like we had in Northeast, for example, then you have specific logistics partners for last mile to help you there. So Loadshare is an example of someone in the Northeast who is, in the Northeast, the different states have different terrains, have different rules and regulations. So it gets a bit tricky if you're not a local, and therefore delivery timelines actually are quite extended. But actually, the demand is there. So it's a problem of fixing the supply. So you have platforms and partners like Loadshed to help you with that. This is very basics if you're trying to set up your own warehouse. First, you need to look at the space you need in terms of how big is your product, how much do you need to store at a warehouse at a given time, what is the format you need to store it in, do you need drawers, do you need cupboards, do you need shelves, do you need racks, what is it that you need? Then you need to literally make a list of the equipment you need. How many racks do I need? How many bins do I need? How many scanners do I need? Laptops, printer. Now, printer, I think, a lot of companies starting out make a big mistake of not buying the inkjet printers, the laser printers for the shipping labels, right? It's a 14,000 rupee expense. But I promise you, it saves a lot of time. It saves paper as well. Plus, the experience for the customer is also good because it's not the regular A4 printer that you have to fold, put it through the envelope, may rip, may tear. This is rainproof as well. So I would recommend that you all invest in a jet printer for sure. What kind of stationery do you need? What kind of packaging material do you need? If you're doing marketplaces on your own website, initially when you're doing your own website, maybe you won't have customized sleeves and boxes. That will come with scale. So what sizes of the packets do you need to keep and maintain? 3, you should literally plan certain areas, right? You need to plan certain areas when inventory comes in. What's the process? You need to have certain packing stations. You need to have certain places for when the courier partner is coming to collect the goods. The orders need to be scanned, manifest needs to be signed, and you need to have a separate thing for returns. Now, honestly, during COVID, we actually had a complete separate room for returns just from a risk factor. So we could sanitize it, keep it. People who are going in the return section had to be double mask, gloves, everything, face shield, everything. You need to create packing SOPs and guidelines for your own website and marketplace. That means, do you need to put a thank you card with a coupon code in every order? Do you need to make sure that if the weight of a product is more than X amount, it needs to go in a box? Do you need to bubble wrap certain products of yours? Do you need to add fillers in certain products of yours? All these things need to be written down as an SOP, which then takes you to the next point of training the staff. You need to be able to train your staff. You need to have a training manual so that as you grow, this becomes a very quick process to do. And in your team, it doesn't matter, according to me, if it's a packer, an ops executive, a manager, everyone needs to have KRA. So I made sure every single one of my packers had an additional KRA to packing. One was responsible for some stationery, one was responsible for the raddi, one was responsible for the packaging material. It doesn't matter. But doing that, it actually fosters a little bit more of ownership towards the warehouse versus them just coming and being packers, leaving for the day, leaving it in a mess for someone else to clean up. We also used to do a rota system of everyone cleaning so that they learn to respect how much time it takes. So while they're packing, they need to respect the cleanliness of the warehouse. I think this is one of the biggest challenges, and I've not found the right tool or solution for it. My only solution was Arjun and me and our product manager and operations had spending a lot of time planning our inventory. You will always have certain percentage of your SKUs that are your highest selling and your lowest selling, right? We used to have a thumb rule that look at your last 3 months, look at the average, add 20% of that. That is the minimum amount you need to keep in your warehouse. That is one lot of that you need to keep in our factory because we had our own factory. And one additional lot of that we need to keep in raw material in the factory. That was our simple thumb rule. You need to do a first in, first out for your inventory when it comes to, you need to have a labeling system. What I mean by this is even if you have longer shelf lives, you need to first dispatch your older goods and then keep your newer goods. So say it's coming from the factory or if it's coming from the return, what is the process that you have that goods get back into stock and how do you make sure the older lot gets dispatched first? You have to maintain a threshold amount. You have to know for every single product how much lead time does the factory or the contract manufacturing need. You need to therefore add a week minimum to that, because we live in a country where everyone says yes, 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 and then there are always delays. So you have to keep that as a factor. And you need to say, okay, if I'm selling 100 units a week of this product and I have 1,000, when I reach 400 units or 500 units, I need to notify my factory to start that I'm low on stock. We used to have a weekly stock count, twice a week, bi-weekly stock count, right? And the way we did it is we had a monthly production plan, right? The production plan was followed, but this bi-weekly stock count just helped us realize that, okay, XYZ are low in stock. Are they planned for production in the near future? If not, can we adjust something around, right? It also helps you realize, okay, I have excess stock here. What is the problem? Are there campaigns not running effectively? Am I running no campaigns? Can I run this as an offer? In addition to managing your actual product stock, you need to maintain your packaging material stock for your own website as well as marketplaces. Even for your own website, if you've not yet started with your own customized bags and boxes, you should start from day one with customized tape. Why I say that is because it becomes tamper proof. So no courier partner can actually, in transit, open your packet, take it out, put it and put any tape, because it's got your taping on it, right? So you need to have certain things to make it tamper proof. Your inward stock process needs to be seamless. There has to be a timeline in which your QC needs to be done. If there's QC involved, your product needs to be put back in stock, your accounts team needs to be notified, any discrepancies needs to be notified, any damaged stock needs to be notified. You have to have a very stringent inward stock process, and you need to have reporting for this. Just a quick order processing flow. An order is placed, it's either prepaid or COD. If it's prepaid, there are two options. The order either gets successful, payment comes through and it goes for processing, or the order fails. The order can fail because of multiple reasons. It could fail because of internet connection. It could be fail due to downtime in gateway. It could fail due to the customer exiting it before the page closes. It could be due to wrong OTP or wrong expiry date, any of that. If it fails, check, of course, first if the customer has already placed another order. If not, an automatic email needs to be sent to them, informing them that their order has failed and if they want to go through with the payment. If there's no response, you need to call the customer, right? Call the customer and try and obviously convert them to a paid order. If not, give them the option of COD, because you don't want to lose the consumer there either. If there's no response, you can also send them WhatsApps and emails. If after all this no response, you do one more call, second call. So do it within, all of this should be done within a 24 to 36 hour window. After that, still no response, cancel the order. COD, existing customer. If you know from your past data that this is a customer my orders have been delivered to, or if they're using a coupon code that only repeat users can use, go ahead, process the order. For every new customer, within 30 minutes of them placing an order, you need to give them a call, right, to confirm. If they, or you can do a super lemon if you have Shopify. If no answer, an SMS, WhatsApp, email needs to go. Again, within 6 hours, you call them again. No response, call them within 24 hours. If no response, you cancel it. Now, once the order is gone to process, it will go through your aggregator or your ClickPost or your delivery partner and get processed. At processing also, there's a chance that the PIN code could be not serviceable or you don't have stock. So you need to be able to identify these two as well. When the order is processed and it's dispatched, you need to send the customer the SMS or email informing them that the order is dispatched with the estimated delivery date. Most courier partners now give you the estimated delivery date. When the order is out for delivery, again a notification needs to go to the customer, because they need to be prepared to either keep the cash on delivery or they need to be in that constant touch that my order is coming and it's not a fake company. If there's a delay in an order, again I recommend that you notify the customer. When the order is delivered or it's RTO delivered, meaning it's not accepted and cancelled by the consumer, then also you need to notify the customer at that time. Because if there's any mistake of a customer saying, no, I didn't cancel my order or anything, or them saying, oh, I never got an order, you always have proof to say, look, You receive this SMS at this time saying delivered. You cannot ask me 1 week later, why did it not get delivered to you? Logistics costs. There's a forward charge. If an order is delivered and it's cash on delivery, there is a COD charge. If the order is refused by the customer, the courier partner will charge you for the forward and RTO charge. You're only charged for COD, of course, when the order is delivered and the customer has handed over the money to the last mile delivery partner. Reverse pickups, especially for returns and exchanges. And lost and damage. Lost, the courier partner is definitely liable. Damaged, it depends on the reason of damage. So if it's damaged because of bad packaging, if it's damaged because of liquids, because it's damaged because it's not bubble wrapped properly, they will not pay you back. And you have to be really careful of this, because I don't know if anyone have seen, but the way the courier partners throw parcels in to their truck, you have to really be careful to make sure that your package is protected. So when the customer receives the order, the customer's experience and your first experience of their touch with your brand is not ruined because of the courier partner. Order dispatch and recon. We've done our filtering process. It's come to allocation. Every courier partner has a cutoff time, right? A cutoff time to process and a cutoff time to pick up. Everyone in your warehouse needs to know what these times are. Typically, I always recommend you have a separate team managing your website and separate team doing your third-party orders, because the cutoff times otherwise are similar and they don't never know which one to do. Every single order that goes from your warehouse needs to be scanned. Sometimes courier partners will tell you, "Acha, मैं मेरे warehouse पे जाके करता हूँ." Absolutely not. You want them to scan. If they're picking up 400 orders from you, they scan 400 orders, they sign on the manifest for 400 orders and then go. You have to have signed manifesto. Tracking an NDR. I believe as a team, you also have that duty to a customer to make sure that the order is reaching them in the given time. I believe that you need to remember, with every day delay in order, from you dispatching it from your warehouse to the courier partner delaying it, the chances of having a higher RTO is there. So you need to also have a mechanism in your own team to be able to track the orders. If the order is breaching TAT and not done any movement, you need to start flagging them to your courier partner. Even for NDR, you need to have a daily team. You cannot just rely on the courier partner. You need to verify this with the customer as well within a given time frame, not when the orders come back to you. Having a weekly catch-up call with the aggregator or the courier partner is a must, because you need to go through performance to make sure everyone is in line with the TATs and benchmarks being monitored. Similarly, when you have an RTO and your goods have come back, you have a window in which you can raise disputes. Depending on the platform, I think it's 48 to 72 hours. That means we have seen this in our own experience. We have sent our products have come back. Instead, the product has been removed and stones or gems have been put in. Our product has been removed and we've been given chicken tikka masala and whatnot, right? Cases are few, but you should still be disputing them. So every order that comes needs to be checked, scanned, QC'd, and then acknowledged. And again, you have to do this in a timely manner. This is your dispatch to delivered flow, right? Ready to ship. Here, between ready to ship and the order being picked up, at times there are errors. Why these errors occur? It can be a tech glitch, it could be a timing issue, it could be a stock issue, it could be a pin code now not becoming serviceable. So you need to make sure that at the end of the day, there are 0 pickup errors. And if it's a pickup error, why did it happen? And can you go dispatch it tomorrow? Pickup scheduled to in transit. There is an EDD, an estimated delivery date. If that is being breached because it's a delay in delivery due to courier partner issues or due to catastrophes like COVID or tsunami or rain, or for example, if it's got misrouted, you need to be checking this as well. And remember one thing, the customer has bought from your brand. They don't care if a delivery ecom or e-cart has missed it, because they have had the relationship with you and they've trusted you to deliver the order to them. Between in-transit to out-of delivery, right? When the customer is refusing the order, either because they are saying that they are not available, reattempt my order, oh, I'm busy, I won't be there, or they didn't answer if it's cash on delivery. The courier partner legally needs to make 3 attempts before they come back to you. Verify this. RTO in transit, RTO delivered. Other thing you need to verify this is that this process of a customer refusing and your orders coming back to you should not be more than 7 days. This is has a big impact otherwise on your stock. Again, we've spoken about lost, damaged, and misrouted already. Remittance and freight charges. You need to weekly know what is the estimate that can come from my cash on delivery. Depending on your relationship with your courier partners and volume, typically after delivery plus 3, 5, or 8, you get paid. And typically you get paid 2 to 3 times a week. You need to maintain a separate accounting log for remittance and separate for freight charge. What do I mean by that? What these courier partners smartly do to make sure that they get paid on time. Typically in India, if you do offer cash on delivery, your cash on delivery is also going to be a significant part. So your cash on delivery amount the courier partner owes you will always be more than the freight charge you owe them. So they will say, if I owe you 5 lakhs and you owe me 2 lakhs, I will deduct the 2 lakhs and give you 3 lakhs. Don't do that, right? Make sure that you are given a separate invoice for freight charge. You pay them. It's very clean with your accounts, and then they pay you your remittance. So keep your cash inflow and outflow separate. Damaged and lost goods credit, you need to keep a check on. Again, if you break the timeline, they don't care. Freight bill, you should be paid on delivered or RTO delivered orders. You need to have a cash flow expectation so you know what are you going to expect in the week. And I think when you just start out with the Shiprocket Vama they have a wallet system where you kind of have to upfront pay, but you should push back to them, because I think it's very important for you to also have a little bit more of a leeway in which you should pay. So typically now courier partners and aggregators give you like 15-day billing cycles where they'll raise an invoice every 15 days and then give you another 7 days or 15 days to clear that invoice. All this really helps you with your cash flow management. So what should you actually look into your weekly performance? You look at what is the percentage of orders that is coming to me intra-city, interstate, metro to metro. I put Northeast, Jammu Kashmir, Kerala because that was our next bucket, and then rest of India. Are these percentages changing or not? Within these buckets, what is my delivery percentage? What is my in-transit, RTO, undelivered? Say maybe I'm getting an extremely high ROI from my campaign in Uttar Pradesh or Jammu Kashmir, but my return rate is extremely high. I really need to rethink and relook that. TAT, turnaround time. With the courier partner, depending on the zones or areas, you need to agree with them what is your turnaround time to make the first attempt to deliver. And you need to hold them accountable to maintain these stats. Right? So weekly, this is something we used to discuss with our courier partner as well. And undelivered RTO. Especially if you are calling the customer and confirming the order, why should there be any RTO? Now, many a times, I'll give you one other insight, right? We had done this whole IVR calling in the beginning. That the moment a customer places an order, they'll get an automatic call where they have to press 1 to confirm the order. We're like, great, customers are confirming the order, let's dispatch. We realized our customers did not either understand what that was or were still fake customers. Our return rate went very high. So we realized in our case, we have to call the customer physically to verify and then only dispatch. WhatsApp the customer. Even I've seen some brands with Super Lemon confirmation happens, but then they realize that those are the orders that are also coming RTO. So you need to be very cognizant of the fact that why are my orders coming RTO and what does it link back